This is Bob Davis. The purpose of this presentation is to provide you with an update. You probably haven't heard from me in a while, and I wanted to let you know what's been happening with me. Depending on how and when you first met me, you may think of me in a certain way. If you first met me when I was a kid, then you probably think of me as a precocious, baby-faced dude, and probably wondered whatever happened to him. If you first met me when I was in my 20s or 30s, you probably think of me as an upwardly mobile urban professional, probably on a fast track to corporate success as an information technology manager. If you met me in my 40s, you might think of me as an internet pioneer in the arena of music and culture from the Soul Patrol website, or as a technology product manager. If you met me in my 50s, then you might think of me as a hired gun project management consultant. If you know me from the Philadelphia area, you might think of me as a leader in the arena of community radio at WJYN. If you know me from New York City, then you probably just think of me as just another kid from the projects who turned out to be a halfway decent suburban dad. Regardless of how you met me or where you know me from, thanks for spending a few minutes with me now because I want to bring you up to speed on where I'm at today. Because I'm going to ask you to help me. And I'm going to ask you to help me by calling or texting me at the number that you see on the screen, 609 491 3537. Now, my game plan is to continue doing all of the things that you've seen me do throughout my life. I don't plan to change any of those things. However, there is a big caveat. So, oh, and by the way, none of this involves any money, so put your wallet away. And the caveat is my health. On December 4th, I've learned I was diagnosed with something called end-stage renal failure, which is to say I have major kidney disease. I was told that day that of my two kidneys, one of them was completely shot, and the other one was only functioning at about 25%. I was told that the condition was irreversible. The doctors actually were surprised that I was still alive. That's how bad off I was. I was told that I needed to immediately start dialysis treatment or I was going to die. Needless to say, this was a huge shock to me and my family. I was devastated. It was quite a bit for me to process, but I did process it. And my life was dramatically transformed. And I learned quite a bit. I became a dialysis patient, first starting out with hemodialysis in the dialysis center. Eventually, I was trained on how to administer my dialysis treatments to myself at home. These treatments are called exchanges, and I do 4 exchanges a day. And there's quite a bit involved in doing these exchanges, and I'm not going to get into that in this video. But what you need to know is that I am now a dialysis patient. I'm technically classified as being a handicapped person, but the whole point of doing the dialysis treatments at home is to give me as much independence as possible. But I am technically handicapped, and I've got handicap license plates for my car to prove that. Um, the good news is that the dialysis treatments have been very effective for me, and they have helped me uh, to live a relatively healthy life. The problem with dialysis is that uh, although it's a lifeline for me at this point, without it I would be dead. Uh, it's only one step in my journey as a person with kidney disease. I'm looking forward to taking the next step. Now, in theory, I could live for the rest of my life, for 20 years or 30 years or however much time I have left on this earth, doing these 4 exchanges per day And in theory, I could be okay. The problem is that I don't know if that's really going to be the case. I don't know if my condition is going to deteriorate. I don't know if 6 months from now or a year from now, dialysis is no longer going to be as effective for me as it is today. So, therefore, I need to explore what the next option for me is going to be since I do want to live. I am not ready to check out of this place just yet. That next option for me is a kidney transplant. And that's where I need your help. Um, I can do dialysis by myself. Um, I get lots of love and support from my family. But in order for me to get to do a kidney transplant, I need your help, and I need help to find a donor. So, what's involved with the kidney transplant? There's two different kinds, basically, um, a, and it requires a donor. So, a donor can be male or female, can be any race or nationality or age. Blood types have to match, but even if blood types don't match, a donated kidney on my behalf can be exchanged for another one that matches my blood type. So even if someone donated a kidney to me and it wasn't an exact match, they have an exchange program where you can swap out donated kidneys. So there's basically two kinds. Um, there's two ways for me to get a kidney. Number one is to get put on a list. So I'm in the process of being put on a list for my region, which is the Philadelphia, South Jersey, Delaware area. And the way it works is once you get put on the list, I'm told that there's typically a 5-year wait for a kidney to become available. The other way is for you to find a kidney donor on your own. And this is where I'm going to need your help. If you find a kidney on your own, you go to the top of the list. You don't have to wait the 5 years. I don't want to wait 5 years to get a kidney because I don't know what my health condition is going to be like in 5 years. So the sooner I get a kidney, the better off I'll be. So let's talk about that for a moment. In this country, there are approximately 650,000 uh, people that have this disease. Of those 650,000, there's approximately 125,000 people who have received kidney transplants, which means that there's about 500,000 people that are sitting out here waiting for a kidney transplant. So, what does it take to get a kidney transplant? Most people have two healthy kidneys. And in the United States, approximately 4.2 million people die every year. Most of those 4.2 million people who die every year die with two healthy kidneys. And their two healthy kidneys usually end up in the ground. So from my perspective, that's 8.4 million healthy kidneys that get put into the ground every year. In the meanwhile, we got 500,000 people that are waiting for a healthy kidney. So it seems to me that the problem is one of education. If we all knew and recognized that we literally have a responsibility to make sure that those healthy kidneys somehow make their way to the 500,000 people who are sitting there waiting for a healthy kidney. And all it would take would be for an awareness amongst us all that when someone passes away, I mean, we hear all the time about these tragic accidents. A teenager killed in a car accident, someone who's shot accidentally in a hunting accident, all kinds of things. We hear about people passing away. Well, when those people pass away, that's a tragedy. But that tragedy is multiplied by the fact that their organs could be used to help somebody, like me, for example, um, live a better life because they have healthy organs that are going to end up getting put in the ground. So, what does it take? What it takes for you to help me in this situation, or really anyone who needs a kidney, is that you just need to be aware that when somebody passes away or somebody is placed on life support, their organs potentially can help to save someone else's life. And all you have to do is connect that person's family with me. That's why my telephone number is on the screen, and that's what I would ask that you could do. I would ask that you would have that level of awareness. Number one. Number two, I would ask that you help me to get the word out that I need a kidney. Um, Sorry if it sounds selfish, but that's why I'm making this video. If you can help me to get the word out about the fact that I need a kidney, you may be able to connect me with that one person who can be a kidney donor for me. Once again, my number is 609 491 3537. If you can help me, call me or text me. Thank you very much. This is Bob Davis. I hope to hear from you.